What are tips for cultivating a healthy mindset? Oh goodness. Okay. I think it's interesting to think, what is a healthy mindset? Let's start there. What is a healthy mindset? And I'm asking myself, do I have it myself? I think so, but sometimes I'm very hard on myself, and critical. And I want to be better, want to be better. And I think for me, the first step in getting to, let's say, a more optimum mindset is to not to be hard on myself with that, but to get beyond thinking, okay, things are good or bad, but thinking more in terms of, okay, useful, not useful. Like, what's the use of skipping a workout, for instance? Or what's the use of not doing the thing that you know that you really need to do? And when that question is asked, immediately your mind has to shift away from the usual pattern and look for that little opening. And that interruption of thought is so valuable, because that little habitual thought pattern carries an emotional set with it as well. And when that thought pattern gets interrupted, then that emotional pattern comes up and goes, okay, wow, well, I usually feel this and this and this and this way about this thing. So now what do I feel? Like, I have to, there's this element of, I need to figure this out completely differently. And it's just that little tiny, we're talking 2 seconds of interruption, but if you're with a coach, working with a coach through that, you might get a 2-minute interruption of that. And not only that, but someone breaking the loop of thought with one curious question, they might ask another curious question to break it even more. So now you're on a path of really breaking, like, question after question after question. You can spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes considering a completely new thought and emotional skill set, right? That's one of the values of coaching, a demonstration of what, of how and why it works. And so we do that. I try to do that internally, in my own head often, where I ask myself, okay, what's the usefulness of this experience, not usefulness of this experience? And then the next question I go with is, what do I need to do to fulfill the mission of bringing life coaching into education, primarily, and then also in the executive wellness fields, along with it, is what do I need to, that mission clarifying question helps a lot. And then from there, it's okay, what's on the list? Like, who do I need to connect with? What needs to happen? But there's this element of momentum that comes up when you can at least get started on something that's hard. That's kind of the end, the end feedback, where I feel like I feel like I've really worked on getting into a habit of, okay, so if I just start this hard thing, that's it. Just start the hard thing. Start it. And I keep saying, when I do that, then there's an element of, oh man, like, it's like you just have done it. You've won the day. Won the day. And gathering 1 days like that start to become just your gold. Just experience an hour of doing the very most important thing in your life. Like, what it is. Just set the timer for an hour and say go. If whatever it takes to get to there, that it's just getting to that press the go button. That's unique to everyone. And when you find your cues and you find your starting points, then you know where the end point is, you can get there. But it's unique to everyone. For me, like I said, that's the journey. is the starting point to me is useful, not useful. That breaks it just enough. And then you're off and running. And I do recommend working with a coach. Find it. Find your interrupter pattern. You know, maybe we'll make that into an exercise. That's how these things get made. You know, it's this, let's go down this path. And then you find a new path that worked for someone. And then you see, okay, what were the key points? What was the curiosities that got from here to there? You know, what worked well, what didn't, and then you extrapolate and experiment, see how it applies to your own life, and then yeah, that's how they get made. All right. Other tips for cultivating a healthy mindset: exercise and protein. You gotta eat food. No crankies based on food choice is important. Exercise is food choice.